It's Saturday morning. We're waiting on Wendy because if I follow her rules and regulations, then I can work on the bike. Unfortunately, now we're heading to the Got This, so we'll see how that goes.
Get in the car.
What? Fine smell of petroleum on this Saturday morning. God bless America. Jesus! 95. It's hot, Wendy. San Diego, what the hell is going on? Wheelie! Yes, sir! Later.
Hey!
It's official. Come on, dude. We're going back to the garage. Episode 2, vlog 2. Come on, though. Stay. Nice view, huh, dog? What do you got, little guy? Want some water? Some cold water? Enjoy. All right, guys, we're back. Dude, it is a hot one. Me and Toby are just trying to maybe open the parts today and kind of get you caught up on what's been going on to, not really what's going on, to let you know what we're going to be doing to this thing, because some people think I'm going to be popping wheelies, dude, putting slicks on this bad boy, drag racing. What? Nah, dude, we're going to be freaking doing what you never really see these things doing. Make it a desert bomber. Bring the Dean Sundale look back. You know, do some Baja stuff, brother. That's the plan. So I'll explain to you here shortly what we're going to be doing, what the plan is, and we'll go from there. So basically, people like seeing this thing. You know what? Don't really know too much about it. It's got pipes, it's got suspension, work done. It's got a milled head, so it's got some power. It's got an upgraded intake. It's got, it's sport and polished. It's got a skid plate. It's got, you know, the big tank. It's got that look. I'm going to keep it black on the pipes. I got to. That way it kind of looks like a nice little sleeper, you know, but it's going to sound good. The next thing is we're keeping the cooler. We're keeping the rack. We got to, dude. It's going to, it just leaves that era. It screams the 90s. Regardless, whoops, got a spider web in here. There's a few things that we got to do, such as, these are notorious for breaking. From what I read, dude, I'm not even a quad guy. I've just kind of been, you know, going with the flow. But the main thing is we're gonna put some 22s on this thing, big tires, and we'll go from there. We got a nice little skid plate on the work table as of right now. That's all going back on. We're gonna keep the gold wheels. We're gonna keep the polished wheels up front. Just try and keep it how they all looked, you know, but basically you're gonna see a little bit more done with this thing, such as we'll get into some single track. We'll get it in some rock areas where you really don't see these things. And yeah, that's what we're going with. But like I said, we're gonna have some cold ones in here. And what I mean by that, a lot of cold water. A lot of cold water, brother. Dude, honestly, the plastics aren't even that bad, but I think with a gallon of SC1 or whatever spray that'll really shine this bad boy up, I'm cool with. Sorry, dude. Hey Toby, how did Fast and the Furious do it?
Yeah, I'm about to make him disappear. I don't wanna see no tears. This is only the beginning. Losing is my only fear. Take some time away from my peers. Started working hard for my career. Now it's safe to say a loud and clear. Yeah, I'm the rookie of the year.
All right, now that you saw it firsthand, basically it's not a million parts, but we're bringing the fenders back. We got some carbon fiber grill to go ahead and match the silver arms. You know what? It just falls in perfect. Throw some polished parts on there just because I'm not too, I don't like too much black going on, but hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. Clutch cable, throttle cable, levers, case saver, new bar pad. We got grips, coolant, chain, seat cover, new oil bolt, carb rebuild kit, spark plugs. That's really all grips. A nice little thermostat for the the radiator. The only reason I'm laughing is because my friend Chris always makes fun of me for having one of these because I pay attention to overheating my bike. But the problem is I was looking at it so much one time in Glamis on the dirt bike, and I happened to go over the bars because I wasn't paying attention. So therefore that's just there in case when I turn on the bike and I try and go ride it, I can keep an eye on it. After that, we'll still keep an eye on it. But anyways, we got most of it here. Once we get the bike together, we're gonna brighten it up in pieces. We'll start with the front. That way we know 100% that we're gonna be checking all bolts. I noticed that some bolts were loose. We'll go ahead and pack the bearings with grease and charge the suspension, charge the two shocks up in the front. Then we'll go through the engine, make sure all the bolts are in it. There's bolts missing here on the tank. We're just trying to brighten this thing up because most of it's all already here. The main thing is taking care of the stuff that's either corroded, it's got a little surface rust on it. We're trying to brighten it back up. I believe the motor was taken care of. Obviously it just wasn't ran. So what happens with that? We'll drain the water, drain the oil. We'll go ahead and check all the cooling hoses, make sure there's no corrosion in it, nothing that's built up. That way before I start it, we know that, it's safe. The carburetors look like they have actually, let's see here. The carburetors, so it's got the new petcock. It's got the, looks like there's new bolts on here. I know that from what I was told, maybe about a few months ago, they did try and start it. One of my cousins tried to start it. I guess he got it idling or turned on. I'm not sure how long it idled for, but we're gonna go ahead and play with those. But I really want to start from the front to the rear. Instead of making a huge mess in my garage, I got my tools, I got Wendy's bike taking up space, the dinosaur back here. I don't want to make a huge mess. I want to be able to walk around, focus on sections at a time, because I don't want nothing to really get overlooked. And if it's something that gets overlooked, it'll be like the grill falling off in the last clip or in the last video. It's just things like that. And obviously need some bolts here and there. We'll get everything situated. I want everything organized. But we're gonna be able to get started on this thing. Because I did find some bolts that were loose. I don't think I'm gonna really paint the arms up front. I don't feel like I need to. Just because, they look fine. I can brighten that stuff up with, probably some Scotch Brite, like a little steel wool and some WD-40. That'll clean that baby up. Everything else is mechanically, I can knock that out in probably like a day or two. At like 3 hours at a time. So, there's not much to it. It's, like I said, it's all here. We're gonna bring it back to life, give it a lot of love, a lot of elbow grease. One thing I do want to do, which I'll show you guys, is most of these bolts that are rusted are gonna get swapped out. The axles, I'm gonna sand them down, I'm gonna paint them. I'll paint those black, that way it just has that look. And then this here, I'm actually gonna sand it down and spray it here in the garage. I'll show you how we do that when we get to it. The pipes, I'll sand them all down as well. And then I'll paint them black again. We'll do new brackets. for the exhaust pipes. That's common. We'll get new clamps. We'll get new insulation for it, or rubber grommets, whatever. And, you know, all the controls up here will be just updated. Clutch is still good, or feels good. The front brake is fine, so I'm not tripping on that. It's just, you can see that baby. You can see me coming out of camp and just staying wide open. If you've seen Napoleon Dynamite, I'll be like the grandma falling off the dune. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we don't. But yeah, this is it. Let's get started. Damn. Now that is a look. You know what, dude? I don't want to be a dick and, you know, not show you what the plastics can look like. But see what I mean? The silver, the gray carbon fiber, or black, or whatever you want to call it. But it's got a nice look. It's still got some OEM look to it. It's, you know, bringing the fenders back. That's what I want. You know, that's what I wanted. This is the look. We'll shine up the back, or crap, we'll get new fenders as of now. So good luck, Wendy. I'm stealing my car back. One thing we do got to do though, I'm gonna see if I can still fit the tank with those shrouds there, but oh man, this is what I wanted. So I'm excited. Bars look a little higher as well, so I'm digging that, but oh man. That one deserved the whistle. Big time. Honestly, it's not even about you guys anymore. I want to see what this thing's gonna look like. I want to know what the heck I'm gonna be riding, because if I'm talking all this smoke and I'm just blowing smoke, you know, everybody's gonna be laughing at me and whatnot. So let's figure out how this bad boy looks. All right, you know what? This little bar pad, you know, came out pretty nice. But dude, look at this thing. Dude, for sure, a lot of these bolts are getting swapped out. There's a nice bolt place by my work, so I'll just take out like one by one of the pairs that I need, and then, you know, throw them all on, dog. Damn, I'm in love. Well, I gotta get going. I gotta get ready. I'm going to Chuck E. Cheese, so I've never had my own money to go to Chuck E. Cheese, so I'm gonna tear that shit up. Play as many games as I want, because I'm an adult now. I can do whatever I want. Dude, I can eat cookies for dinner if I wanted to. No one's gonna tell me. Wendy tries to get me to be like, oh, you can't eat that for dinner. Oh, dude, I can do whatever I want. Anyways, we're gonna have to see you guys on the next one. This is basically just to, you know, kind of get you in that seat, dude. Let you be here with me. Let you know what is going on, what we're doing. Honestly, we haven't done shit, but we're kind of just, you know, basically just showing what it looks like. But we got to get to work. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go. As soon as I get back from Chuck E. Cheese, I'm going to pull an all-nighter. This thing's going to start running. It's going to be idling. This bad boy is going to see the light of day. It's going to be out there in the sun. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for supporting me. And I had to put Toby away because it was too hot out here. He was huffing and puffing, drank all my water and his water. So I threw him back in the AC at the house. And there he is. All right, so we're done. Vlog 2, episode 2. If it wasn't for you guys, psych! No, I'm just kidding. One Chuck E. Cheese! All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you on the next one. Later. Later, bike.